The Triflers is the debut novel by Mumkey and is also the name of a group of high school friends led by Dawn, who meets up every so often to watch horror films in a basement. They eventually, thanks to one of the members being an adult, move on to watching The Real Thing. Things only escalate from there. One thing that makes the Triflers unique is the way it's structured. It's a novel told entirely in letters, diary entries, and manifestos, as in, one could, in the real world, find these documents and piece together what happened in the story. It's sort of the literary equivalent to found footage films. Primarily, we read Dawn's letters to her mom, and Mario's manifesto detailing his life and what led him down the path. Hearing Mario write about how his Game Boy was his main companion growing up hits close to home. I can't help but relate to Mario, even though he's a genocidal maniac who has no friends. He's going to shoot up the school and calls his mom a bitch because he's so self-loathing that he hates her for even making him, and he does truly unspeakable things across this novel, but I can't help but to see a little bit of myself in him. After having a good night's sleep and reviewing what I've recorded, I've come to the conclusion that I'm actually nothing like Mario. Sure, I owned a Game Boy and a GameCube, but I played that stuff with my friends. What makes Mario so awful is his utter lack of self-awareness and inability to recognize his own faults and better himself. I distinctly remember a time when me and my friends played Mario Kart, and I would flip the fuck out whenever I came in last place. I distinctly remember a few years later, however, where we got together to play Mario Kart, and my friend's sister was all, "Doesn't he cry when he loses?" And my friend responded, "No, that was a long time ago," and we all laughed about it. I remember that moment very well because it was the first time that I followed this flowchart. Mario's problem is that he never follows this flowchart and instead shifts the blame onto other people. The fact I can look back at my past and trace the parts where me and Mario kind of diverged paths speaks volumes to how true to life this novel can be. A common theme both in Mario's manifesto and in Mason Elliott's gay-ass diary is depression. Mason describes depression as being at the bottom of a pit. A very dark and deep pit, where I am completely alone. A rope once appeared before me, seemingly a way out. I grabbed the rope and began to climb, but before I could get far at all, the rope snapped and I fell, hurting myself as I landed. Time passed as I recovered from the pain of falling, and then another rope came. Without hesitation, I grabbed the rope and began to climb again. And I got further, but again it snapped. And because I'd climbed higher, it hurt exponentially more when I hit the ground. I now feel as though even if a third rope appeared before me, I wouldn't attempt to climb it to escape the pit, because if I did, who knows how high I'd get before it broke. We then see this play out in real life, with every attempt by Mason to make his and his sister's life better, failing miserably. Vivid descriptions of this depression as well as sociopathy, their effects on those afflicted by it, and the struggle of fitting into society with said mental illnesses are themes that are explored in this book in a very unique way. If you're like me and self-diagnose yourself with depression after taking a BuzzFeed quiz, then this book will likely resonate with you. Things get a little boring towards the middle part of the book, but other than that, it's a complete page-turner. Overall, the psycho thriller is a great read for anybody looking for a good summer fun read with the family.